write an equivalent expression. Essentially what we're going to do is we are going to combine our like terms and simplify it. So for this piece, we can distribute that -4 into the parentheses. So we have 5, -4 times 2x would be -8x, -4 times 1 would be -4. Then to combine our like terms, we can combine the number pieces with the other number pieces. I still have the -8x, and 5 and -4 leave us with +1. In this equation, c represents an unknown number. The way we would read an equation like this is 3 times the difference of a number and 8, because we're grouping c minus 8 and then multiplying by 3. So 3 times the difference, that word difference is a grouping word, is 5 times that number increased by 6, or you could say the sum of 6 and 5 times that number. So to start solving this, we would distribute the 3. 8 times 3 is 24. We're going to move all of our numbers to one side and all of our variable pieces to the other. So I'm moving my numbers to the right. 24 plus 6 is 30. 5c is still over here, and 3c is still over there. Then I want to move my variables to the left. 3 minus 5 is -2. I still have the 30. And then I divide by -2 on both sides, which gives us c is -15. We can check. -15 combined with a -8, or subtracting 8, would give us -23. 5 sets of -15 would be -75. 3 times -23 would be -69. And -75 plus 6 is also -69. So we know that -15 is in fact a solution to this equation. This slide is labeled Properties of Equality. So 4 plus 1 is 5, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So those things are equivalent. What we can do to this side is we can add the same number to both sides, because 5 plus 3 is 8, and 5 plus 3 is 8, so it maintains equivalence. You can also subtract things from both sides. 5 minus 1 is 4, 5 minus 1 is 4, so it maintains its equality. You can multiply both sides by the same number. 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 5 is 25. You can divide both sides by the same number. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. You could square both sides. 5 squared is 25. 5 squared is 25. You could take the square root of both sides. That would be the square root of 5 and the square root of 5. So there's many operations that you can use, but as long as you do them to both sides, it's going to maintain the equality. So here we have the addition property of equality. If A equals B, then A plus C means that we can also add it to the other side. So We've added c to the left, we can add c to the right. If we multiply the left by c, we can multiply the right by c. And then describe it in words and an example. You can see the blue, 5 plus 1 is 6, 2 plus 4 is 6. So if we add 3 to both sides, 6 plus 3 is 9, 6 plus 3 is 9. Twelve times 3 is 36. 12 times 3 is 36. Ethan's steps for solving the equation 6x minus 3 equals 4x plus 5 are shown. Write the property of equality shown in steps 1, 3, and 5. In step 1, you can see they added negative 4x to both sides, so this is the addition property of equality. And then 6x plus negative 4x is 2x. The negative 3 is still there. 4x plus negative 4x is 0, but the 5 is still there. And then in step 3, you can see they added 3 to both sides. Negative 3 and positive 3 make 0. They're still left with 2x. 5 plus 3 makes 8. Then you can see they multiplied both sides by 1/2. Half of 2x is x. Half of 8 is 4. Then they checked by plugging it back in, and they found that they were both equal to 21. For problems 3 through 5, solve the equation and check your solution. 27 minus 5 is 22. 8 plus 3 is 11. Divide both sides by 11. 22 divided by 11 is 2. Then we will check our work. Three times 2 is 6. 27 minus 6 is 21. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. So they are equal, and it is a solution. 2 is a solution. This one requires distribution. Move the numbers to the same side. Negative 28 plus 18 is negative 10. Move the variables to the same side. 9 minus 3 is 6. Divide by 6. You can reduce that to 5/3. Then we can check. Negative 5/3. Oops. Replace that C with negative 5/3. We can change this 2 into 6/3. So negative 5 and negative 6 make negative 11/3. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15/3. 9 times negative 11 is 99. Negative 99 over 3. 15 over 3 can be rewritten as 5. 99 split into 3 parts would be 33, so that's negative 33. Negative 5 and negative 28 are also negative 33, so negative 5/3 is a solution. And this one requires distribution also. We can combine like terms. Negative 2 and positive 10 make positive 8. Then we can move our variables to the same side. 2 plus 4 is 6. We still have the 8 and the 8 on the other side. Move the numbers to the same side. 8 minus 8 is 0. Divide both sides by 6. 0 divided by 6 is 0. 6m divided by 6 is m. Then we can back in to check and see if our answers are correct. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 8 minus 0 is 8. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8. And 8 equals 8, so 0 is a solution. This appears to be the remote interior and the exterior. The sum of the remote interior equals the exterior, so we can write an equation for this. Sum means to add. And that equals the exterior. And we can combine like terms. 8x and 10x are both on the same side. That gives us 18x. Then we can move our variables to the same side. 22 minus 18 is 4x. We still have the negative 3 and the 17. Then move our numbers to the same side. Still have the 4x. 17 plus 3 is 20. Divide both sides by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Then we can check our solution. 8 times 5 is 40. 10 times 5 is 50. Plus 17 would be 67. 22 times 5 would be 110. Minus 3 would be 107. 67 plus 40 does equal 107. So 5 is the solution for x. Make sure your warm-up and your workbook are filled in for lesson 2.